Sagittarius, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope reading for the month of August 2021. But before we begin, I request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. I also do daily horoscopes, weekly horoscopes, and monthly sun, rising sign horoscopes that you can watch all on my YouTube channel. And before we begin, I also want to let you know that I've put out a video, or it will be out soon if it's not already out, that talks about the long-term transits. Now, these are the long-term energies that you are dealing with, Sagittarius. Things like where Saturn is and what that means, because Saturn is in a particular sign for about 3 years, right? And wherever that is, in a very major way, the theme of your life for those 3 years will be influenced by Saturn. So I have put out that video, or it will be up soon, and it's I just wanted to let you know so that you can watch it and know what the underlying energies are. And that's that. And before we begin with this reading, I would recommend watching for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. And if you don't know your rising sign, I will put out a video on how to find your rising sign. Okay. So let's talk about what's happening for you, Sagittarius. Now, August is an extremely intense month. The month begins with a lot of intensity. We'll have Mercury conjunct the Sun, and they will oppose Saturn, and there'll be a lot of squares in the month as well. So August is an extremely, extremely intense month astrologically, and I just want you to know that we will all be feeling the intensity. Now, till 8th of August, like I said, there are a lot of squares, there are a lot of oppositions, there's a lot of intensity, which means change. But in this video, I'm going to cover the highlights of the month, the most important events of the month. So let's talk about what those are. And the first one happens on 8th August, right? And it is the new moon in the sign of Leo, and it happens at 16 degrees here. And that makes it your 9th house. And a new moon typically means a new beginning. Now, in the sign of Leo, yes, it can be a new beginning in finding a passion, in fun-loving activities, in romance, and all those things. But for you, Sagittarius, this new beginning is more about your 9th house. You see the new moons in your 9th house. And the 9th house is the house of higher education, of foreign travel, of wisdom, of knowledge. It's also the house of publishing and the belief system. So there's a new beginning for you in that area. Now, this new beginning that's happening, you're going to work on it for the whole month, whole lunar month, starting on 8th August, and then it'll go to about 30 days. And for example, what could this new beginning be for you? Now, a new beginning could be a new set of beliefs that come about, for example, or it could be a new adventure. 9th house is also adventure, or it could be a new higher education project that comes about, something like that. It could be anything. It could be a new beginning in acquiring wisdom. So that's that. But Sagittarius, this new beginning will not feel very easy. And Saturn is here. That's why it's opposing the new beginning. And Saturn is the planet of hard work, delays, decisions. So this new beginning can require us to take a decision. This new beginning can feel like, okay, I'm trying, why is it getting delayed? It will require some hard work. And it may not even happen the way you want it to happen. And it's not just for you, Sag, it's for everybody. Because for everybody, rather than the new moon is, Saturn will be opposing it. So if you feel frustrated in that beginning, if you're trying to make a new beginning in these areas and you feel like, I'm trying so hard, it's not happening, it's because Saturn is there opposing this. So it might require more effort, it might require some hard decisions. And that's 8th August. And then moving on, let's talk about what happens next. The next important thing happens on 11th August, and still hasn't happened, but it happens on 11th August, okay? So I'm going to show you, give me a moment. All right, and this is that Mercury here has left your 9th house and it's entered your 10th house. Sag. Now, Mercury is our mental energy. It's our mind, it's our thinking, it's the mental chatter we have with ourselves. It's how we communicate with other people. It could also be writing. Mercury is also our day-to-day routine, it's also our habits, it's also our job, it's all these things. And Mercury has entered your 10th house, where it will be till August 30th. And in your 10th house, you will be thinking about your career, your business, public life, thinking about it, communicating about it. Your mind will be focused on that. And that's the energy. And let me also mention to you, Sagittarius, that there's a lot of energy in your 10th house of career. A lot. Venus is there. It's going to leave soon, but it's still there. Mars is here. Now, Mars, I mentioned in last month's video, it is re-energizing your career. And Mars comes into a house after 2 years. So perhaps something in your career or your business, it's replenishing that area of your life. Could be in very small ways, but it's doing it and will continue to do so all of August as well. So that's another important thing. And then on August 15th, Sag, we have the last quarter phase of the moon. So let's see that, okay? Let's see that. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah. So last quarter phase is when the sun and the moon make their it's the first quarter square, not the last, first quarter square, my mistake. Is when the sun and the moon square for the first time after the new moon, which happened on August 8th. And you can see this on the chart. The moon and the sun are in a square, right? 90-degree angle. And this sets the tone for the next whole week, starting August 15th. And this whole week, we are going to be focused on adjusting things, on changing things, connected to the new beginning that you had in your 9th house of foreign travel, higher education, belief system, wisdom, knowledge. That new beginning, you're figuring things out. You're making adjustments. Okay, if I want to have this higher education thing, what do I need to adjust? What do I need to do? Things like that. Okay, my belief system is evolving in this way, but I don't understand this. You'll find that understanding. So this is the week where we work on solving problems for the beginning that we had on the new moon. And that starts on August 15th. Okay. Then on August 16th, Venus here is going to leave your 10th house and enter your 11th house. But before we go, these dates, give or take a day or so when I mention these dates, because they can vary depending on where you are at, So it can be August 16th, it can be August 15th, but on August 16th, generally speaking, Venus is going to enter your 11th house. It has been in your 10th house for the past 20-25 days or so, and it must have given you sort of blessings in that area of your life. Sag, given you blessings or made you more receptive to your career, either one of those things, to your business. And now in your 11th house, it's going to give you blessings. It's going to make you more receptive to your social circle. Now, these are not your closest friends. These are your acquaintances. These are the groups that you belong to, whether it's a book club or your professional organization or whatever it is. And this is also the house of hopes, goals, and dreams in the future. So perhaps you're getting more receptive to your goals, or you're getting a blessing for the future. The 11th house is also the house of science, tech, innovation. So if you are someone who works in those fields, this could be a moment where you feel some positivity coming from your scientific endeavors. And that's August 16th, okay? And then on August 19th, we're going to see, I'm not going to move the chart because it's not going to make a difference. Uranus is going to go retrograde. Now, Uranus spends about 7 years in a sign, which means Uranus is in your 6th house. And it's going to be here till 2026, so a long time. And these are the kind of things I talk about in my long-term videos, so you can watch that to get more details. But Uranus wants us to embrace our uniqueness, okay? That's what it wants. It wants us to find our truth. And for that, it will get rid of things and bring things into our life that will help us connect with who we truly are. And it can do this in unexpected ways, in sudden ways. That's Uranus. And for you, Sag, it has been in your 6th house, which means through your health, through your job, through your day-to-day routine, through your diet, through all these things, 6th house things, It is helping you connect more with yourself. Now, for example, if there is a habit, a bad habit, that's preventing you from being your authentic self, Uranus will say, no, time to get rid of it. Or if there is a habit that you should have, that will help you align more with yourself, Uranus can bring that into your life. The same goes for a job. If there's a job that will push you more towards yourself, it'll say, okay, let's get that into your life. But if there's a job that's preventing you from being yourself, it might just get rid of it. That's what Uranus does. And now on August 19th, it's going retrograde, right? And what is a retrograde? Retrograde is when a planet appears to move backwards from the Earth's perspective, but it's not really moving backward. It just appears to move so. But astrologically, retrogrades are a period of review, of reprocessing things, of rewards for the work we put into the past. And with Uranus, the work is about finding and embracing our uniqueness. And for you, that's connected to your health, your job, your day-to-day routine, diet, exercise habits, etc. So at this point, when Uranus goes retrograde, you will start to review this area of your life as well. And now, all outer planets are retrograde. Pluto is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, Jupiter is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, Chiron is retrograde, and now Uranus has joined the group. Which means a lot of reviewing of things we have done in the past, thought in the past, seen in the past. A lot of review and even rewards. And reviewing from a different perspective. And which also means the forward movement of new things that slowed down, right? Right now we're still working out things from the past. We're still doing that. However, the personal planets are direct, which means things are still moving, but the outer planets are retrograde, which means things from the past are being resolved as well. And then on August 22nd, I can move up the chart for this. So let me do that. Give me a moment. August 22nd. Yeah. We have the full moon in Aquarius. Now this full moon is different. It's special rather, okay? It's special. And it's special because this year we're having 2 full moons in Aquarius. Typically, every year we have 1 full moon in each sign, right? Now this year we have 2 full moons in the sign of Aquarius. Last month also was a full moon in Aquarius. And it's at 29 degrees. So around here. Alright. The moon I know in this chart is ahead, but it's supposed to be here. Now full moons are culmination points. They're completion points. They reveal things. We can see clearly with the full moon. And one of those things you are seeing clearly, Sag, is the new beginning that happened for you in your house of wisdom, knowledge, foreign travel, higher education, belief system. You're able to understand that better. That's one. But the second is more important, and that goes back to about Feb, with the new moon in Aquarius, and even December, with the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. Now you're understanding more a new beginning that happened in your house, third house, of immediate environment, thinking, mind, siblings, communication. There was a new beginning in December and in Feb in that area of your life. Siblings, peer group, communication, mind, thinking, could be social media, could be writing, could be editing, could be any one of those things. There was a new beginning there. And now you're able to make more sense of it. It's the same as last month, the full moon last month, but with a second one, which is giving us more clarity, right? And typically I break down what the full moon energy is in detail in my full moon video. But in this case, okay, we'll keep it to that because there are lots of aspects that I will break down in that video. But for this, that's the basic energy for you, Sag. And then August 22nd, on the same day, we'll have the sun leave your 9th house and enter your 10th house. Now the sun stays in a particular house for 30 days or so. And in your 10th house, it's going to start to illuminate and bring to focus your career, public life, fame, all those sort of things. And you already have a lot of energy in your 10th house. So a lot of focus, Sag, on your house of career, on your business, on your public image and fame, if that applies to you. And soon after this, on August 30th, I'm not going to move up the chart. Mercury is going to enter your 11th house, and now your mental energy, your communication, your thoughts, all those things, day to day routine, even could even be your diet, all those things will revolve around your social circle, not your close friends, but the acquaintances that you're part of, the groups that you belong to, even your hopes, goals, and dreams. That's what your mind will be focused on. That's what your day to day routine will be all about. From your career, this is the subtle transition that's going to happen on August 30th. And on August 30th, we have the last quarter square of the moon, and this is the last time the sun and the moon make a 90-degree angle before the new moon that will happen in September. And now, August 30th to the next 7-8 days, the focus will be release, letting go of what? Of the new beginning that happened on August 8th. In your case, in your house of belief system, foreign travel, higher education, wisdom, knowledge, publishing. Now you're assessing, what about the wisdom, or how I'm acquiring that wisdom I need to let go of? What are the thoughts that I need to let go of connected to that? It's a release process. It's getting us ready for the new beginning that will happen in about 7 to 8 days with the new moon next month in Virgo. That's just a basic astrological overview. Now, these are the monthly energies. The long-term energies are what we feel with more intensity and for a longer duration. So you can watch my long-term video if you want to know what those energies are for you. And I will also put out a rising sign video, how to find that. So that's also going to be there. And now I will pick a card for you, Sag, for the month of August. Okay, those are too many cards, so I'm going to go with the one that's falling in the test. It says soulmates. Okay. And I think you have so much energy in your house of career that the only thing that this can be referring to is perhaps two things actually. One is the North Node in Gemini, which is your 7th house, right? Which means the North Node is what our goals are. It's where we are moving towards, Sag. And for you, that movement is towards your 7th house, right? Of marriage, of legal relationships, legal partnerships, business partnerships, legal issues. Perhaps you're finding that soulmate in your marriage, in somebody you're already married to. Perhaps some energy connected to that is being highlighted, and Chiron is in your 5th house, right? And we didn't speak about Chiron in this video, but Chiron is our wound. It's how we heal also, and that's in your house of love and romance. And Chiron did go retrograde on July 15th last month. Perhaps this is a point where some sort of healing comes about in love and romance, some sort of maybe a soulmate. I don't know, because the focus of this energy, the personal planets, is your house of career, Sag. So I'm going to pick another card for you. Okay, let's go with the top card. It says peace. I think although this month is going to be very intense, I think for you, Sag, it is indicating at a peaceful month. I think with all the intensity, you will still find peace. It's not going to rattle you. It's going to be peaceful for you. Both very positive cards for you, Sag. Very, very positive. So that's all I'm going to leave you with, Sag. And another thing I do want to mention is that just because you're a Sag rising, this reading may not resonate with you. And the reason is you may be an N degree Sag, you may be a 24-degree Sag just the way I am. In that case, a Capricorn reading might be better for you. Or you may have some really big houses and some really tiny houses which will throw off all my readings. which will throw off all the houses. So then this reading will sound like, okay, this makes no sense. So if that is happening, then it's probably these two reasons. So it's kind of important to know where the planets are for you, because this is a basic Sag reading, right? Very basic. That's all I'm going to leave you with, but overall it seems to be a positive month for you, Sag, and I hope you have a great month, and I will see you in one of my other videos. Have a great day. Bye.